And we're back.
Welcome back
to 4x4ing Drive TV, WA edition.
Here I was thinking I can lower my heart rate.
Avoid getting hung up. If you get hung up, a lot of weight to drag out, so it's always good to get it right first time.
Hey. First real test with the Black Duck Hilux off-road.
Oh, how's that dark?
So by the time they got through the front, the terrain had gone from okay track to it's slop, it's mud. Kiss for good luck.
Coming up behind me, watching the Narva Ford Ranger as well. He unfortunately tried to follow the same line and got stuck.
The Unimog may have made it look a little bit too easy. So hopefully this next section of track, boys, is a little bit of a challenge for some of you. So we're going to go downhill and come to a pretty steep incline on the other side.
Great track that Sarah's picked for us today. Seems to have a little bit of everything. The dual cabs have really held their own today and put themselves in pretty good stead up against the big truck.
Jake and Andrew, obviously a fair bit of work gone into that truck. What sort of orange system have you set it up with?
Got a 75 litre fridge in there, travel buddy oven, plenty of storage for pretty much everything you can possibly think of, so we never really have to worry about trying to Tetris things in like you do with smaller vehicles. We bought the Fuso along today. We fitted that out with a pretty extensive 12-volt system. We've got 450 amp hours of lithium batteries. We've got 240-volt power via the 2,000-watt inverter. We've got 900 watts of solar up on top of the roof. We can pretty well run any device that you need to run at home. We can pretty well do a 2-week trip off grid without having to be anywhere to top up.
I think you should be called off-road luxury, not off-road living. It sounds amazing what you've done with the truck.
But the $100,000 question is, does it have cup holders?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, of course it does.
Here we go.
Once we're at the other side, give us some really good views at the top there. And again, looking back down, and you know, it's a different challenge in itself.
This is looking like a little bit of a challenge for the smaller vehicles in the convoy.
This is interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that first bit's not the interesting bit. Here I was thinking I can lower my heart rate.
The interesting thing about the trip is the terrain changed dramatically as the Unimog was first. So by the time they got through the front, the terrain had gone from okay track to it's slop, it's mud.
You've got to sort of pick your lines right, and sometimes it's hard to see when it sort of drops off. Simon on the radio got him to come and spot us, so make sure we're picking the right line. Avoid getting hung up. If you get hung up, a lot of weight to drag out, so it's always good to get it right first time. Straightforward, actually.
Just eats it up.
It looks a lot sloppier there than it actually is, but...
But we shouldn't speak too soon.
Just nice and slow, boys. Don't rush it.
Doubts about whether I was going to be able to drop in and come back out of that one, but yeah, dropped in the Ranger and it seemed to handle it, no worries.
First real test with the Black Duck Hilux off-road.
Flexing its little way through.
Yeah.
Oh, how's that dark?
Kiss for good luck. Sloppy.
Yeah, so the next bit after this, Simon should sort out the men from the boys.
You got a copy, Simon? We might get you to come and spot us through this, I think.
Yeah, no problem, I'm on my way back.
It's going to break something, I'm sure.
This section doesn't look that bad, but when you bring a full-size truck like the massive off-road living Canter here, it can be a little bit of a challenge. So having a set of eyes outside the vehicle, a wise choice by these guys to call me up.
Yeah, that's an early angle.
Actually go right hand down, right hand down. Right hand down, yep, that's it, come straight now. That's actually lifting you off the bank. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Left hand, a little bit of left. That's good, stay on that, Yeah, that's nice, that's keeping you off the bank.
It's a bit of a worry when you look under the car and just can see the roof of the off-road living truck. Just like, hang on a minute.
Thanks for the assist.
Thanks, mate.
So you probably saw there as you got down into this deeper section right here, the vehicle's leaning right over into the bank, and the gut reaction is to left hand down, turn out of it. Now what that does is creates a bit of a gap and your vehicle pushes and leans further over into the bank. If you right hand down, as he did, I got him to do, it actually pushes the tyre into the bank and lifts the body up off the bank. So to get a bit of extra clearance, turn into the bank, slide down along it, and having that tyre sticking out to the right will actually protect your vehicle and your panel work.
I thought we were going to break something there.
Yeah. Well, that's what Mike said to us. He said, just listen to Simon and he'll get you through, you know. So.
And we're back
Welcome back.
to 4x4 Drive TV, WA edition.
Have we done anything to get those seat covers dirty yet?
Not yet, mate. No, just a bit of mud on the boots, but if we were to get a bit wet and muddy, I wouldn't be stressed about it with covers in the car and make sure the seats are kept in pristine condition.
I've got to say, I've been running Black Ducks in my personal car for the last few years and they are awesome seat covers. Getting covered in mud, dog hair, everything, they just brush them off, give them a wash, they come up really good.
Pretty damn comfy as well, I've got to say.
We tailor make each seat cover to the vehicle, a large range of vehicles that we do covers for. Each cover is tailored to that particular vehicle. We don't do anything that is one size fit all. That tailored fit is a big part of what also gives the seat covers their strength and longevity, which a lot of people don't realise. The better tailored fit, the less movement, the less friction, the more life you're going to get out of your covers.
Yeah, I mean, we've been around the country back in this, right? Yeah. I mean, it's got a few stains here and there, kids spilling food and drinks and stuff everywhere. Yeah. Give them a wipe over and they're good.
I would suggest everyone trying to clear some mud out of the treads of your tyres for the next hill.
Oh! That sounds challenging, Sarah.
Yeah, you just wait till you get to the bottom of it, mate, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's looking a bit gnarly.
What?
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, now I'm having nervous poos.
The main challenge of the day, where we all got to the bottom and parked up and all went for a big walk up the hill, picked which lines we were going to take and who was going to go where and which car was going to go first. But in the back of my mind, I was pretty doubtful of how we were going to go getting up this one and whether everyone would get up there safe without any damage.
So a really interesting hill climb where the hard side has now become the easy side, and taking a look, taking the time to walk the hill pays off. So the sacrificial lamb, Aaron, the camera car driver, has decided he's going to have a crack. He's one of the few cars here with front and rear lockers. He's got some tyres on that could do the job. A fair step up, but let's see how he goes first.
Looks like the winch is getting a workout.
We were looking at what we call the impossible challenge. The camera car running 37s decided it was going to have a bit of a crack at this, what we would call not possible spot.
I can say with a fair amount of confidence, as much as I'd like to think my car had the capability at that point, it dispelled any myths that we were going to be going through there in the Hilux.
We had a couple of goes at it, just couldn't quite get it to pop out of the hole.
Got his front wheels up actually on his first attempt, and then by the time it was to have a second crack at it, it was pretty messed up and pretty tuned up. There wasn't any chance he was going to get up and over that one.
Unfortunately, he didn't quite get up. He had to give it a real red hot go.
In the words of Sarah, I think a nervous poo is in need.
Normally the Unimog goes first, but on this track, being as hectic as was, we thought we'll give Sarah a go on the GU.
We've got quite a big section up here where we're going to have to give it some berries.
Deep here, so up there, that's it. Good job, babe. Good drive. Well done.
Thanks. We will definitely be walking back down there to see the rest of the boys, because I reckon that is going to carnage. There's going to be a bit of winching, I reckon.
I actually struggled last year to get out of this. We'll see if we can accomplish it this year.
I'm keen to see how the big truck will go. It's got the flex.
Yeah, I've got to keep speed in it.
Got to ride it out. Ride it till it dies.
Well, we got it this year. A few bashes and bangs, but we'll see. See how many dents we put in boggy.
He is bloody awesome in that truck. I cannot believe it.
It is my husband.
He's not yet. He's not my husband yet. So look, I didn't even wear my ring today. I left it at home. So the Unimog may have made it look a little bit too easy for the Fuso, which I think gave Jason a bit of confidence until he got to the first part of the hill.
I don't know whether we're going to get up that or not, but
we'll soon find out, mate.
Left, right. Not enough right. Keep on it. Might have been a little bit of puckering going along the way, but Simon gave us a hand. We had a couple of goes.
It was kind of scary watching how this Fuso was just bouncing around the track.
My way. I don't think I was going to go that one. One's probably the hardest I've put this truck through. Certainly surprised me. I didn't think we were actually going to get over. Really glad we were able to.
So we didn't die. Once we got the right line, Simon directing, you just can't go wrong following what Simon said.
They did a fantastic job of, I think it sort of gave us a little bit of confidence to tackle that.
Yeah. Well done, mate, good drive.
Jason, the slider Ranger, made it look easy. Gives me hope that we've got something to do here.
Oh, I don't know if we still have a rear bumper. That's all right. We don't need them anyway.
Bit apprehensive in the beginning, but watching him go up the hill now, he's actually doing pretty good.
It's really good having Simon there to guide us through and give us some tips of the right angles and lines to take. It's a really good challenge, really fulfilling, getting to the top and then looking back and seeing what you've just driven up.
At the bottom, the nerves were certainly there. There was a few butterflies floating around.
all right, we're about to tackle this gnarly, scary as hill climb. I thought Sarah said that this was going to be a difficult one, and we were going to have to winch our way up.
We sort of hugged the bank to the left to get around that big hole, and we crossed over to the right-hand side of the track, and it was still a little bit gnarly, but it actually didn't look too bad once we got up there.
The top little bit up here.
Don't call it early, that's it.
Trying to piece yourself together.
Just piece myself together.
Hussa moment.
In the wise words of Mike, I'm putting my trust in you, brother.
You'll make it easy.
Go the soccer mum car.
You haven't made it to the top yet. You're still excited. You lock her in?
Yeah. As we all got up there really well. In saying that, we did take the chicken tracks.
Brunswick does have some bottomless bog holes, but thankfully the ones that we went through today, we got through pretty easy.
As we're coming back down, there was a couple of bits of the track where it was a bit of a sort of sharp drop off. One in particular, it sort of dropped right in, and then you're right there in the rut, sort of, again, point of no return, and then it dropped into another one.
You're always a bit nervous going in them. You don't know exactly how deep they are. Sometimes they can be 2 inches deep, and other times they can be 3 feet deep. So luckily we had the Mog in front of us, so he was able to go through and clear a bit of a path, see how deep it was.
So in true Sean fashion, he decided to hit a bog hole pretty hard, gave us all a bit of a splash, and when we pulled up behind him there was a bit of a river flowing down the track, but it was good because it cleared out a lot of the water for the other cars.
The right-hand side was pretty deep. We went in there and sort of tipped over on the side a little bit, felt a little bit dodgy, and you're sort of trying to hang on to something in the truck, making sure it's not going to tip over, but drove through, went over on the right-hand side a little bit and then popped out the other side. Not too bad, and cleared out some of the water for everybody else as they were following through. Cleared some of the mud off the tyres too, which was good because they were pretty chockers by that stage.
So Jason, a nicely set up vehicle, so you've got the canopy there. How critical is it that you've got a slide out bridge that actually tilts to give you easier access?
Yeah, Simon, I think it's important that with a lot of modern cars now that, you know, either take the tub away and go into a canopy, that height of the sides is quite a restriction for people to get into their fridges. So where we came into the market to eliminate that problem by creating a tilt side, it just gives that little bit better access and a bit better viewing angle into your fridge.
With our fridge slides that we make, we specialise in 100% Australian made, all made here locally in WA. There's no need to have tie downs. So we actually use a locking system that actually bolts onto the bottom of your fridge with an adapter plate, or certain fridges slot straight in there. Plus we also have the ability to tilt our slides without the need for any excessive parts or components on these slides. We cater at the moment for up to about the 65 litre range fridges. So if you're looking to buy one of our products, you'd either jump over onto the website, which is www.slidersolutions.com.au, or you can drop into store, which we're located in Malaga on number 12 Trade Road. We've got a showroom there, we've got them all on display.
Going through that, we started heading down back into the valley. You could feel the temperature drop, and that's as soon as you know you're in the valley. We came up to this gnarly drop off. Again, we all sort of had a look at it. I was hesitant. The guys in the Hiluxes and the No Rangers was a bit hesitant. Big boys went through.
This is a serious drop off. Yeah, let's hope we don't get wedged in it, eh? Might be a bit embarrassing.
So the Unimog and the Fuso went down the hill first. Unimog straight down.
That's a nice angle on the Unimog. That was awesome. Just too easy.
Yeah, it's a bit wider now, so everyone else should breeze through that.
Fuso was next, went down really well. So impressed with that vehicle, it's absolutely unreal.
Just a tiny touch. Didn't need that canopy.
Only thing that let him down was a little bit of clearance, a little bit more damage along the quarter panels and toolboxes. Nothing too significant though. He seems okay about it. And then it was my turn. They cleared out a little bit of the track for me, so I descended into the big step down, just took it nice and easy. Don't want to pull off any of my rear lights, still got to drive home. With the 37-inch traps, I do have quite a bit of clearance, so the diff clearance for the rocks that were underneath me weren't going to be an issue, but it was on quite a steep angle, so the layover onto the driver's side was pretty steep. I don't really want to do any panel damage and damage my beautiful signs that I've got in there. I took my mirrors in and made sure that we took it nice and easy so I didn't do any panel damage. Just nice and slow, mate. Let the front drop down really slowly and then let the rear follow.
I was a little bit worried again about how I was going to go through this one. Dropped into it okay, and a few little scratches and a few little marks on the back end of the car, but it came up all right. Coming up behind me, watching the Nava Ford Ranger as well. He unfortunately tried to follow the same line and got stuck.
Time once again for Ask Mr. Fix-It. Now here he is, the Houdini of the hammer, Sultan of the saw, the squire of the screwdriver, the vavasseur of the vice, and the king of how to fix things up yourself using items you find around the house, Guy. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Fix-It.